months ago. Start with 2K. No, you need at least 3K. What are the margins for OA? On average, like 10 to 15%. I have a question. What's up, noob? What's up, bro? Happy Monday. What up, Huevo? Just selling products, that's it. I mean, there's different business models that sells products, brother. That doesn't tell me anything. My Mother's Day product is $200 a month for storage fee. Should I liquidate it to my house? When's Mother's Day? I don't know. How much inventory do you have, noob? Keepa 4. I don't use Keepa. I do a different business model. Do FBM. He won't perform as good. If he doesn't perform good now, it probably won't perform good then. I mean, it was 5 years ago, so I mean, you should still know what you were doing, bro. I know what I was doing 5 years ago. I could tell you what I was doing 10 years ago. What do you think about getting products from Alibaba? Is there a better place? Yeah, I think Alibaba is solid. If my PPC campaign spend my price amount, should I pause it and add money to the one selling? Yes. Valentine's Day, February, 150 units. I hate paying Amazon. How many units of that do you sell a day, noob? Wukwasha, what's good? Kevin, my boy. But were you selling other people's brands or were you selling your own products? Badu, I don't know, sorry. I'm selling private label chopping board. Nice, probably not a market that I would go into, but nice. Wait, isn't the storage fee that high? No, he's paying long-term storage fees, I would assume, Patel. If your product just sits, you get long-term storage fees. Brother, are you buying the Bitcoin dip? No comment. Other products. You're being so vague, bro. You were selling other people's products or you were selling your own products? What product should I start selling? Nobody in the world's going to tell you what product to sell on a TikTok live, man. I already answered your question, Dita. Ask another question. Oh, are you just saying thing? Oh, okay, never mind. Sorry, I misread your thing. Thank you for answering me. No problem. It's raining, time to sleep. Nice. Is beard oil saturated? Definitely not a market that I would sell in, for sure. No. You sell your own products or arbitrage? No, arbitrage is a waste of time to me. I sell my own products. Why not? Because it's too overly competitive, bro. You're not going to be, you would likely not be successful. I say that respectfully. Like, I'm not saying, let me rephrase that. You likely would not be successful in that market. Not saying you wouldn't be successful in general. That market is overplayed out. Thousands of reviews, super low price. Your margins will be terrible. Advertising cost per clicks are so high. You have your own manufacturer to make stuff for your brand. I have my own manufacturers, yes. Not just one manufacturer doesn't manufacture every product in the world. You find different manufacturers based on the product that you're selling. You dig? Also, let's go to the wine. Also, Kev, I didn't even see that I saw last time I looked at it was at 97. It's at 91 right now. Yeah, that's like music to my ears. Started 3 months ago. Any tips on ads? Go watch my TikTok videos on ads for show. I mean, I have lots of tips on ads, but if you can be more specific, I can maybe like something that you're going through or how do you set up your campaigns, things like that. I can give you more practical advice as opposed to like just super generic, oh, what I do with my ads. Hopefully you have no more than one product, one ad group per campaign. Hopefully you have no more than 3 to 5 keywords or targets per campaign. Hopefully you're testing your main, mid-tail keywords and broad phrase and exact match campaigns. A lot of information on social media about ads. Not all of it is good. I'd say 95%. Yeah, not doing any of that. Nice, Robert. That's good. So you're already on a good track there. I would say, yeah, I mean, if you have anything more specific, I can give you, like I said, more practical advice on it. Scrap all the keywords inside the campaign if the entire campaign doesn't get sales. I mean, you have to base it on clicks. So like if you have 3 keywords in a campaign, one of those keywords spent as much as your product costs, but then the other ones have like 2 clicks, then I wouldn't cut the whole campaign. Negative keywords useful? Yes, but I don't rely on negative keywords as much as I do like proper bid optimization, as well as optimizing my conversion rate. But negative keywords most definitely can help. Are you ever scared of your income going down? That's a great question. I made a video about this in July. Yes and no. Like I think there's something in my head that there's always like the fear, not because it's not like I don't have certainty or stability in life, but there's always like a fear of going back to where I ever was. I was even talking to my best friend's dad. He owns a big painting company. He does like $10 million more a year than I do. And I had asked him this when we were up in Idaho. I was like, do you ever fear going broke again? He's like, why do you ask that? And I was like, I don't know. Just like, it's something that like pops into my head. Not because I'm not blessed and don't do well. And he's like, yeah, I think it's a normal feeling. He's like, like, bro's richer than I am. He's like, I even think about that stuff. So it's not a fear. It's not fear from a place of like lacking, like I don't have enough. But it's always wanting to progress in life. That being said, I'm very blessed, and I have a very big safety net. If God forbid I went to zero, I could sustain the life that I live with zero income coming in for a few years. So I'm pretty responsible there. Sold random retail items. Well, yeah, bro, you were doing a terrible business model, respectfully. Also, it's historically going to have the lowest profit margin. So, and you probably got information from people who weren't really doing that well online, respectfully. So yeah, that kind of makes sense why you barely profited anything. I sell my own branded products, but here's the thing. To your point, man, I think everybody is capable of starting to sell on Amazon. I don't think selling on Amazon is for everybody. So the fact that you say like you work now and you find it easier, yes, it is easier to have a 9-to-5 job than to create a successful business. And that there's nothing wrong with that. I'm not saying that as a diss. Not everybody is meant to be a Jeff Bezos or a Mark Zuckerberg. Some people are meant to be the number 10 for Mark Zuckerberg, and that's still a blessing. So Robert, thank you for the follow. We sell pregnancy tea. What is pregnancy tea? Let's look at that on Amazon. How are your costs per clicks in that? Pregnancy tea. Oh, like nausea tea? Like nausea relief? Sleep relief? What does that even entail? Like anti-morning sickness, anti-nausea? I'll look at your brand, bro. Let me get to these other questions too. What's your brand called? I don't share my brand name. I do private label, Melly. Robert, thank you for the follow. Appreciate you. What up, DFS? DFS, you still didn't tell me who you are, man. Nice, man. You seem to be doing pretty well on Amazon for where you're at. I think that your listing can be optimized a little bit more, especially your images. And you also only have 4 infographics. You should have more than that. Brand story looks good. Your A+ content isn't bad. I think there can be improvements, but it's also not bad. What to sell? All types of products are good to sell. People say Amazon FBA is fake. People also say that the earth is flat. Google ads are 48 cents per click. What about your Amazon ads? Are you not running Amazon ads? How hard is it to get approval letter from big brands? I don't sell big brands, Axel. I sell my own brands. Who makes your graphics? Same team who's been making them for years. No, we tried, and for no sales, you gotta advertise on Amazon, bro, if you're trying to take this to the next level. Jan, thank you for the follow. Appreciate you. As a 15-year-old, should I start FBA, FBM, or retail online arbitrage? Well, FBA and FBM aren't business models. That's just who ships your product. I'm not a fan of retail arbitrage personally. Oh, you said with low capital. Yeah, if you have low capital arbitrage. Noob needs some advice right now. Noob always needs advice. Tell him to come in the live. He was just in here. He asked a question. I answered him. What keyword does auto campaign go off of? It says close, loose, substitute, complement. So close match is going to be search terms that are closely related to your product. Loose match is going to be primarily search terms, I should say. Loose match is going to be primarily search terms that are loosely related to your product. Substitutes is going to be primarily product targets that can be substituted for your product, so like different water bottle brands. And then complements is going to be primarily product targets that can complement your product, so like whiteboard marker. There's go-getters in life, and then there's NPCs. I 100% agree with you. Thoughts on people trying to sell those PTP elite programs? I don't know what PTP stands for. I'm not good with abbreviations. No, here, Robert. Yeah, Robert, you have something here, bro. Because I already see that you have some proof of concept and stuff, but you need to dial in your ads, no doubt about it. And you shouldn't even set your campaigns to $100 a day. You need to optimize. There's so many optimizations that you need to make. Spending more on Amazon ads and Google ads, although they're fairly similar in their model, they work very differently. What's advice you would give a 19-year-old trying to get out of that life? Out of what life? Did you see something before that I missed? Yeah, out of what life? Digital marketing, 300 to 600 per course. It's just reselling digital courses. Is it their course or is it somebody else's course or what? I think a course can be valuable, but I think that it's the 90% rule. 90% of people are busters. 10% of people are actually doing the dang thing. I think there are some good programs out there. I think there's more garbage ones than there are good ones. That's why the ones that are good, they still get a bad name. Bro, BT, I do not know what you're saying right now, man. Yeah, I don't know what you're saying. Yo, what up, Chase? Jimmy okay? He's doing better, thank God, man. Oh, got it. Just get out of it, bro. What do you mean? Street life, gotcha. Stop hanging around the busters. Start making good choices in life. All these people who are doing nonsense with you, who call you their brothers, they're not really your brothers because they don't actually want what's best for you. If you have to move, get yourself out of that environment. I don't know how scientifically true this is, but I'm going to pretend that it's true just because I like it. But they say that like a shark will only grow as big as its environment. You put a shark in a small tank and it's going to grow to be a small shark. And so you have to get out of that environment and you have to start implementing good habits in life, man. I was never part of the street life, but I was a little mischievous kid and I just stopped hanging around certain people, started finding good influences. If you don't have good influences around you, then we live in the era of the internet, bro. I was out here listening to Gary Vee, Grant Cardone, Ed Milet podcasts. Did I know them personally? No. Were they around? Was I able to consume their content and listen to their mindset? Yes. I mean, I get what you're saying, 44, but it also depends on like how involved he is in it. Like, or is it like where you're locked in for life, or are you just doing some hoodlum stuff with some people who are in your hood, in your neighborhood? Those are also two different, very, very different things. At the end of the day, you're free to choose to do whatever you want in this life. So, somebody who chooses to do not good things, they're choosing that because they want to do it. Somebody who wants to do good things is choosing that because they want to do it. Someone else's, I mean, unless you're in their program, I think it's pretty silly to try to sell somebody else's program. It's been out there for a few months, though. No one knows what they're doing except selling courses. Yeah, I mean, if you're not part of the program and you're not actively involved in it, I think that it's kind of a nonsense business model. Might as well work for Avon. That's like MLM status right there. Parent versus child, ACE and revenue. Which do you look at for private label products? I look at both. It depends on what you're trying to analyze, B. Like, am I trying to see how an individual ASIN is doing, what my top performing ASIN is doing, or am I trying to see how the variation as a whole is performing? What are the key points needed to start selling on Amazon? Have common sense, have resilience, have internet, have capital, have a laptop. What happened, if you don't mind? He got a dermatology shot. His body reacted bad to it. He couldn't move. He had to go to the emergency room. All his levels were low. But he's doing better now. Thank God. How many products do you sell on this account? 9 across accounts, 50 plus, including variations. I think I need a cafecito. How many hours do you grind daily now? How many hours did you grind on the come up? I mean, something to keep in mind is if we're talking specifically Amazon, I work less with Amazon than I did when I started. It's a very front-loaded business. Once you get things established, like today I maybe have worked on an Amazon account for like an hour, and I'm going to do a little bit more work on that account when I get off live. And then I have a couple other accounts this week that I'm going to do some stuff with ads on. I'll probably end up working like 4 to 5 hours this week on my Amazon accounts. In terms of how much do I work every day, I probably work like 12-hour days, but I don't have to work 12-hour days. So like this business has given me the freedom to do what I want when I want, but I also have a lot of other things that I've added to my plate, a lot of other businesses outside of Amazon. A lot of my day is getting on calls. Like today I had 5 calls that I got on. So, and then also being like a business owner and being, the founder of multiple different companies, things get thrown at you that isn't necessarily part of your daily schedule. I saw a video from Ecom and it was like literally how I do my days. Like I don't do time blocking. That doesn't make any sense to me because if I need to get on a call, then that messes up my whole time block that wasn't expected. So I just really write down the things that I have to get done for the day. Like today, I'll still work probably like 12-ish hours, but it was like work on one of my PPC accounts, coordinate inspection and shipment, work on another ad account. I had to send out a few messages. I had 5 calls. I have another call in like 2.5 hours. And then work on some more Amazon ads for a different account. I kind of wanted to get all my ad work done today for all the different accounts. So yeah, it's kind of a double-edged sword. I don't have to work that much, but I choose to work that much. Work hard, play hard, and I play very hard. How many product? I answered that. How much capital realistically for the business model? I do like 3 to 6K USD. Zen Master, Ugzinwe, Zimbabwe. Yes. Zen Master for sure. Is selling phone cases good to start, or should I try something more profitable? You should most definitely not sell phone cases. I would say the 3 most common products people ask me to sell are phone cases, phone chargers, and supplements. Also, did anybody else see this Apple sock that they created for $250? If I ever see anybody in the streets with this Apple sock, I'm just going to clown. That is the crazy. Shout out to Apple. Marketing is king. If you build it, they will come. But I think that is so crazy. Are you upping bids for Black Friday? For some accounts, I will. I'm really just maintaining. Some of the accounts we really don't have to. You got any rentals? What's the long-term goal? Yeah, I do have rentals. Long-term goal is sell a few of the companies, walk away. I mean, like ideally by like 40 years old, it would be sick to have a net worth of $100 million. Do I need that much money? No. Is that a goal that I've had since I started business? Yes. Have 4K for the product launch, and when I look at some breakdowns, I don't know how that's enough. What breakdowns are you looking at? And how much inventory are you ordering? The Apple thing is hideous and people still gonna buy it. Bro, they sold out. They sold out of a sock for a $250 sock. Marketing is king. What are your thoughts on extremely new markets like all sellers starting selling this year? I want to see a market that has at least like 6 months of data. Nobody. Do you help find profitable products, please? I do. Are you Chaldean? No, I'm Egyptian. Bro, where are people who are Chaldean from? I get that more than are they Middle Eastern? I get that more than anything on TikTok. Where's Chaldean? Ancient people who live in Chaldea. Where's Chaldea? Yes, Iraqi Christian. Okay. Yeah, no, I'm Egyptian. But I get that. I do get that a lot. Bro, looking at late night Uber Eats. No, I'm not a fan of curry, bro. That was funny though. Danu, thank you for the follow. Appreciate you. Bro, I have my inventory checked in at Amazon. Should I roll into Vine? Yes, you should. Amazon is oversaturated? No, there's no such thing as oversaturated, in my opinion. And no, the largest e-commerce platform in the world is not oversaturated. Coptic, Christian, all the same thing to me. I can't tell if the markets I'm looking at, the numbers are inflated since it's Q4. I made a video about this recently. There's a way to check. You can check the search volume, see if it starts to uptrend where you're in the time frame that you're looking now. There's a possibility that yes. And then you also look at, if you're using Helium 10, if you go to like ASIN level sales and you click on that, like there's a little graph, click on that. It'd be like the same thing as a search volume. Look at a year time frame. And if in the year before you start to see that during the holidays they're uptrending, but then it downtrends significantly, then yes, you are looking at Q4 numbers. This is probably the worst time of the year to look at products. You have to really know your stuff. That doesn't mean you shouldn't look at products, but like if I was a beginner, November maybe not as much, but like come December, I'm not basing it. It's kind of like a noob trader move. And I say this respectfully. I'm like actually not trying to diss him or troll him right now. But like he looked at his Mother's Day product in the middle of Mother's Day season, and then come to find out that it wasn't a good product. So, what is the ideal product? One that has the potential to make 10K plus a month, total revenue in the market at least 200K, average price at least $30, advertising cost per clicks no more than $1.50, must be able to stand out and differentiate from the competition, at least 20% of low reviewed sellers making 10K plus a month, solid search volume, not seasonal, not trending, not electronic, not fragile. I'm sure I forgot some other things. Can you help me find products since Iraq and Egypt are neighbors? I can. I have, well, number one, I do these lives. I have so much content that I post. Like I am the guy who makes all the free content. And then for people who wanted more in-depth guides, I have the AMZ Masterclass. How long you been doing this? Since 2019. Your boy's coming up on his 7-year anniversary as an Amazon seller. Oh man, you know what's crazy is like I just block all these people. I really wonder if people fall for this, but like I get every single video that I post. There's people who sit there and they're like, And they're all bot accounts. It's like, have you ever tried drop shipping? I started drop shipping and now I'm making $4,000 monthly, blah, 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 every video. If you need help, DM me. And they're fake accounts. And I just really do wonder if there are people who like read the comments, see that. I'm almost sure that they do, because or else these people wouldn't keep doing it. But yeah, it's crazy. How much is it? AMZ Masterclass, $3K or $5K, depending on the package. We're doing a Black Friday deal right now, 20% off. Doing OA for over a decade, trying private label, not going as smooth. Ideas to reframe. I don't know. It depends on what you're doing. Why is it not going smooth? I'm looking at these products with crazy numbers, sellers with 50 reviews, doing 30K a month. I'd be curious what the market was. Nobody. You are alone, or do you have partners? I have partners, but I also have an accounts by myself as well. Operate 5 Amazon accounts. New markets, they could be trending, bro. You got to be careful for trending markets. I made a video about this recently too. I've talked about it a couple times, but you had Pop It. Hold on. Give me 2 seconds. Give me 2 seconds. Sorry. 1 second, maybe 10 seconds. Give me like 10 seconds. Hold up, I'm right here. Don't you worry your beautiful faces. 1 second. Terrible for retention, by the way. Good thing I don't do this for retention, but your boy needs a cafecito. Running on fumes out here. So give me 1 second while I make this, and then we will get back to our regularly scheduled program. It'll only be another 30 seconds or so, and then I'll be right back up, and I'll continue answering the question. Keep asking your questions. If anything, it'll give me more stuff to talk about when I get there. Hopefully you guys can hear me. I mean, I'm just right downstairs. I should probably put a coffee machine in my office. But, hold up. Okay, it's done. I'm coming. Don't you worry your sweet faces. Hold up. Okay, now it's done. Done enough. Okay. Cafecito at 4 p.m.? Yes. Why is the ghost talking right now? Creepy. All right. Sorry. I needed a cafecito. By the way, Sea Urchin, you weren't here last time. I told you, son, I drink my coffee black. Bill, thank you for the follow. Appreciate you. Okay. So, do you speak Arabic? Shweya, bro. I grew up in America, born and raised. But going back to the trending markets, in 2021, there was a market, Pop It Toys. Every seller was doing good. New sellers were making 30K a month. It was a trend. It was trending. It was going up. The numbers were so good, I was considering launching it. Then I was like, you know what? I'm going to hold off on this because it just seems too good to be true. I need mentorship, no masterclass, please. Well, that's what the masterclass is. What? I don't know what that even means. But anyways, that threw me off. So everybody was doing good. I'm talking like 0 review sellers were doing 30, 50K a month, right? Now look at it today. The market went, took a dump. So same thing, the arm twister thingy, the little, it was like the one that goes like this, like I don't know. I saw it recently. I mean, courses, no courses. Well, good thing I don't sell a course. And I have a mentorship. That's what the AMZ Masterclass is. I don't believe in courses. Like, here's some video guides, go figure it out, good luck. I think that's kind of a waste of resources. Can I say the product? Maybe we can all learn. You're free to do whatever you want. The only issue is if it's a good product, you're giving it away. Radiator cleaning wand. I've seen this product before. Let's go on Amazon. I'll only do this for a few people. Nobody, you're one of them. Radiator cleaning wand. Yes, I've seen this product before. First of all, this is one of those markets that only has 16 organic products on page 1, which I don't really love those. That's less than half of the organic placements that a normal market would have. So let me pull up the data for you. Give me 1 sec. While it's loading. Hey, let's go. Iman just joined the AMZ Masterclass. Let's get it. Shout out Iman, yo. Iman, one of the OGs in the live, following me for like a year plus. This coffee is too hot still. Okay. I got sidetracked. All right. So yeah. Well, first, let me answer some more questions. Then I'll get to this. Nobody. Can you briefly explain whether single keyword strategy works? I mean, it still works, but you have to do it right. I don't know what you might be talking about a different strategy, but single keyword campaigns, yes, they most definitely work still. HX, thank you for the follow. Appreciate you. Should I be worried about hijackers? What are the steps if I get a hijacker on my listing? If you're brand registered, contact brand registry and have them get kicked off. Another thing, bro, is the search volume on this market is really low. This looks like this is definitely an up and coming market. I mean, search volume sub 1,000. And then you actually see that it peaks in June 28 of 2025 at 27,000. And right now it's coming down to like 1,900. This looks like a trending product if I've ever seen one. Doesn't mean that there's people who aren't doing good still, but and let me see. I want to see price history. Average price 39. I would assume people were. I'm assuming this is a product with, what do you call it? With price war as well. And then you see these really inconsistent sales with some of these top sellers. Let's look at the top seller here. Yeah, it looks trending. One thing that I will say, and just because of the fact that there are so many new sellers, is it's either a new market and it's likely a trending market because it has such a downtrend, or there's a chance that there's a patent on this product. And so the reason why there's so many new sellers is because they keep getting kicked off Amazon. So that could also be a possibility. Okay, that's what I need then. Nice, Laura. Yeah, we're running a Black Friday deal on the AMZ Masterclass right now. That's in the TikTok bio. And then we got a big announcement coming for the program. Can't talk about it yet. I'm just keeping you all on your toes. But it's going to be a pretty sick announcement. I think long term it may not be good. Over time, price is going to tank. Yeah, 100%. I don't think it's a good market, man. Not at all. Also, posted 3 videos today. Last video talking about red flags. be terrible to go through that. Second to last video, I posted an interview with one of my students who's doing $10,000 a month. We're starting to post. I have a bunch of student interviews recorded. We did one with my boy, Frankie. That one's been out for like a couple weeks. Just posted one with my boy, Jay. We got another one coming with my boy, Joshua. Joshua is actually a 7-figure seller in the AMZ Masterclass. And then we also got one with my boy, Mike, coming out. Mike, the one, all of them are great, but the one with Joshua's a pro. And so that you'll get a lot of gems. And then the one with Mike, that one's going to be really good because Mike took an approach to Amazon that most people will not take. And it worked out for him. How many products do you have on the account that you see up there? 9. Across accounts, 50 plus, including variations. Variations being like if I had a water bottle, but then I had like a black water bottle, a white water bottle, or like a metal water bottle, a plastic water bottle, right? Wow, good job. Thank you. I mean, I've been in it for a while. I always tell people, like, there's nothing special about me. I've just been in the game for a long time. Take any of you and do it for 7 years, and you'd probably be at a pretty good level too. I had a feeling it was a bad market, so that's why I shared it. Glad to know what to look for in a market. Yes. Did you lose in the beginning? I had a lot of losses, but my first product was not a loss. No. I found success very early on in this business, and I really do think that's like God's plan because I didn't have the same head on my shoulders that I do now when I started. So I didn't think of like things like resilience and stuff like that. So maybe, who knows, maybe I wouldn't have continued. Obviously, that's not the right way to go about it, but maybe I wouldn't have continued. And then that obviously would have been, if you quit, the only way you fail is if you quit. Because I've had failed products, but I don't consider them failures. I've lost money. I don't consider that a failure. What is the guarantee if you are our mentor to succeed? There's no guarantees in success, brother. I don't know if you live in the US, but in the United States, we have something called the FTC. The FTC makes it illegal for people to guarantee success. The reason that they do that is because they know that it's impossible for somebody to guarantee success in any business. I mean, there's no guarantee that I wake up tomorrow. I'm a girl, brother. Oh, sorry. Cooking sister. My fault. But, God willing, I do. There's no guarantee when I'm driving that don't get in a terrible accident, except God looking out for me. So there's no guarantees in anything in life, let alone in business. What I guarantee is that you will learn everything that you need to know to start a successful Amazon business. All the same resources, all the same teams, all the same strategies that I personally use. Yes, 100% Riffion. Who just texted me? How do you choose winning products? I have a very strict product criteria that I use, and essentially almost like think of a checklist, and the product has to check off every box on that checklist. If that's good, I go into the next phase, which would be product development, and product development being like finding a way to add value into the market. Like if everybody sold, I can't show products. TikTok is weird. This is not my product, TikTok. If everybody sold electrical tape, right? This is just simple little roll. Not my product, TikTok. Not promoting it. And I wanted to go sell that product, which I'm not saying that's a good market. I'm just using it as an example. I wouldn't click copy and paste on what everybody else is doing. I'd need to find a way to add value into the market from everybody else. You can give the same formula to 2 different people. One will succeed and one not. 100% effort, implementation of the strategy, all of those things are going to play a factor into somebody's success. I mean, if you guys want, we can share it on the live today, but I've talked about students who have failed selling on Amazon. Now, some of those students may have failed and then they go and they pick back up. We definitely have more successful students than people who fail. But I have students where I give them the exact strategies and nobody listens. Not nobody. The ones who don't listen. And so what are you going to do about that? So yeah, there's no way to make guarantees in any business. What was the ideal product? Can you repeat, please? Product that has the potential to do 10K plus a month. Product that has, so if you are a monitor, I'm assuming you mean mentor, but product that has the potential to do 10K a month, total revenue in the market at least 200K, at least 20% of low reviewed sellers on page one doing 10K plus a month, average price at least $30, advertising cost per clicks no more than $1.50, must be able to stand out and differentiate from the competition. No seasonal, electronic, clothing, shoes, fragile items. I see there's so many criteria points, and must be able to achieve at least 30% profit margin after FBA fees, cost of goods, and shipping. How much does Amazon take? It depends on the product itself, but I would say on average like 35%. I think that's a pretty standard average. And then you have ad costs, but depending on how good you run your ads / optimize your listings. That's a huge mistake I see people make, is they just keep dumping money into ads and they don't do any changes. And at certain levels, what you have to realize is that like a 1% difference in your conversion rate can mean thousands of extra dollars in profit. What's the highest profit margin you've seen? Pre-ads or post-ads? Pre-ads, I would say like the craziest one I've seen was like dang near 60%. That was a one-off. That is not a standard. Post-ads, I know somebody who has like a 50% profit margin after ads, FBA fees, cost of goods, shipping. But that's also like a one-off. Like most people are not going to achieve that. I would say like a standard profit margin as you become more established is going to be like 30%. That's what you should aim for. I'm having a hard time getting approved for my supplement brand on Amazon. Do you have any tips? I'm assuming that you sent over an ISO. I'm assuming that you sent over an ISO certified lab test and then they're just denying you with that. Is that correct, FY? Amazon, when you submit things, they're kind of difficult because it's not an actual person who's reviewing it. Sometimes it's just an algorithm. So sometimes you have to like resubmit things multiple times. And then sometimes you have to contact support and essentially just say like, hey, listen, I have the proper documents. This has got denied. Can you please escalate this to a specialist team? And, that just happened for one of my baby products. It's a little similar, obviously different tests. But once it was escalated to a specialist team, they got the product approved. Also, I didn't want to say anything because I didn't want people to check the viewers and see. But my mentor who taught me how to sell on Amazon was just in the live right now. Hope you're doing well, bro. Versace, my op was good. God is good. Life is good, man. Hope you're doing well, even though you're my op. I don't remember why you're my op, but yeah, I remember that you are. Thank you, brother. Of course, man. Let me know how that goes. Hop in the live once you implement that, and let's get it. Are you based in Canada? No. USA. USA. Greatest country on earth to start a business, at least. Enjoying right now in Dubai. Nice. Was good. Was good in Dubai from Cali. Do you sell on TikTok Shop? Yes. We sell some of our products on TikTok Shop. How much money you had when you started? Well, I was broke. I had to save up enough money to work, or not to work, to launch my product. So, like I said, he's not in here anymore. I didn't want to say it while he was in here because I didn't want people to go through. But the person who mentored me and taught me how to sell on Amazon, one of my cousins, I was working for them, and I didn't have enough money. I was like literally broke, you guys. I don't know how to paint the picture as to the point where like my food was like orange chicken, cereal, like, and not like orange chicken from the food, or from the store, from a restaurant, like the frozen orange chicken, cereal, and DiGiorno's pizzas. That's pretty much what I lived off of for a while. Sleeping on my best friend's couch, paying $300 a month, and didn't have a car. I was getting driven to work. Either my cousin would call me an Uber to go to work, my cousin would pick me up, or my best friend would take me to work. I was broke. But my cousins, they do Amazon private label a little bit differently. So they, instead of having a manufacturer create their products, they actually order components from overseas and then manufacture products in-house. And this was like, they were on a crazy run with their business. And so I asked them, I was like, hey, can I work overtime and extra days? They were like, yeah, let's do it. Because that just meant more products being produced for them. So I started working 12 hours a day, 6 days a week to save up. And then I finally had enough money to start and boom, got started. Launched my very first product within 3 months. How much is your course? Remember, not a course, mentorship, but it's $3K or $5K depending on the package. We're running a Black Friday deal right now. After mid-December, the program is going to cost way more money. So that's why I started doing a Black Friday deal, to give people the opportunity to join. The announcement that I'm going to make is going to shock people. Like $3,000. Yep. Will you tell me a good product if I join? So I teach, there's two different options. If you do the regular program, that I will not give you a product, but you will have unlimited product validation. So you'll be able to message me, hey Luke, what do you think of this product? We have a template in the program and I'll give you my thoughts. I'll look at the market. Our other option is product selection, where based on the criteria that I use and teach, the criteria that I just listed off to everybody, I'll select your product for you. Do you have any tips on how to scale? Currently, we sold out twice and we recently joined TikTok Shop. I think that is a very vague, I can give you tips, but if you can give me more context, it would be easier for me to give you tips. Like, what are you guys struggling with to scale right now? Is it inventory forecasting? Are you struggling with your ads? Are you struggling with your conversion? So I most definitely can give you tips on how to scale, but the more context, the better. Or else I kind of just give general advice, which the general advice is still good, but as you know, different brands, different scenarios. One person is, their conversion is good, but they don't know how to run ads. One person, they know how to run ads, but their conversion is terrible. So like different things apply to different people. We're selling creatine gummies, both sold out, have been organic content, no paid ads. How many reviews do you have on Amazon? What percentage of your total revenue is from your mentorship compared to Amazon? I would say like 5% or less comes from the mentorship. 90+% comes from Amazon. And then we have like Shopify, TikTok Shop, and stuff like that. If we were also adding those, Well, how about let's make it easier. Less than 5% comes from the program. 95% comes from the businesses that I operate. We do, dang, so basically like a charity for you. No, I wouldn't call it a charity. Like I make good, decent money from the program, and I don't deny that. Like I'm not the guy who's like, no, I don't make money from it. It's blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? Like obviously I make money. I would say like 6 figures a month from the businesses themselves, 5 figures a month from the program. I wouldn't call it a charity because it is money, and it's good money, decent money. I don't have a big program, guys. Like I'm not pulling in millions of dollars a year from my program. That's the thing that like I think when not, and I'm not saying the person who asked this, but like the busters who come into the lives and just assume that like that's all I do. They assume that I'm pulling in multi-million dollars a year from the program. Like, no, I don't have that big of a program. And I also put out all the content for free as well. But not a charity, but I enjoy doing it. I really enjoy teaching. I really enjoy helping people. Selfishly, like when I hear people getting student results, obviously it was them putting the work in. Or even if you don't join the program and you come into my live, no, running, bro, trust me, I 100% know your intent and how you came about that question. I did not take it in any way. You don't have to be sorry about the way you asked it. If anything, I appreciate how you asked it, because you're not a buster like all the other people who come in and just assume stuff. But I do, and I like, and when people ask in this way, I don't mind talking about it. And I'm gonna get to everyone's question. I know I skipped a couple, but I'm sticking on this point real quick. But yeah, like selfishly, even if you didn't join the program and you come into my live, in a year, and you're like, Luke, I'm doing 15K on Amazon a month because of the videos and the things that I learned from you. Selfishly, that feels good. I like that. That's awesome. You know what I'm saying? To be able to help somebody in that way. Just consistently posting on TikTok and IG. It's me who was struggling to get approved from Amazon. No, I know who it was. Oh, that's right. That's right. It didn't click for me. Thinks that you don't actually even sell on Amazon. So yeah, good that you're doing organic marketing. I think that's really solid, especially to have sold out. Get your products on Amazon. I would also try like micro influencers for your product as well to scale. I built a 6-figure company back in the day. I no longer operate it anymore just because it was in the clothing industry and clothing sucks. I didn't spend a single dollar on ads. We would sell out of every single one of our drops because I had such a good influencer base. So that would be a good strategy for you. Get your products approved on Amazon, create a great listing. You're actually going to grow all channels by having your product on Amazon, because what you'll realize is like there's probably people who you lose out on a sale on because they go to see if your product is on Amazon, but it's not, because Amazon has built up the trust and everything for people. Create a great listing on Amazon, push for some reviews, do like a review push, and then start running Amazon ads. Just know that on Amazon, it's a very competitive category. So it's good that you already have the mindset of like pushing organically. Yes, Puma, that is correct. What's good, Buster? What's up, Buster? My boy FB. How much money is needed to get started in this? 3 to 6K USD, depending on the product you launch. It's normal. A lot of dirty players out there made the industry suspicious. Yeah, man, it's unfortunate. I've made videos about that as well, Riffion. It's like, and here's the thing. I do truly believe, I'm not saying that I'm the only good mentor out there. Obviously, I think I'm the best, but I'm not saying I'm the only good one. I would say 90 to 95% of people who have programs, it's garbage. And they're just trying to make a quick buck, right? And that gives the 5 to 10% who actually have good information, good value, good programs, good resources. They care about people. It gives them a bad name, but it makes sense. If there's more of something, you almost assume that that's the standard. How quickly do you think I should add next product? I don't know. I think that you've got to create a solid base first. So, I mean, like if the gummies are going to be your pillar product, focus on scaling those up. You'd be surprised how much money you can make from just a single product. Now, if you wanted to add different flavors or something like that, that's different. But like, don't go from the thing that's working for you. Like, okay, let's say it's, and I'm only sharing this because you shared it. Let's say it's the creatine gummies, and then be like, okay, now we're going to go launch protein. Like, build your base first. It's kind of like the company Sour Strips. Like, they built a base, or like Scrub Daddy. Scrub Daddy built a base, and then they went and launched other products. How long can you put your product on sale? Can it be a few hours only and switch it back to original? Yes. Still dealing with my packaging issue. I'm about to have an aneurysm. Yeah, that's unfortunate, man. I kind of forget a little bit, but aren't you trying to work through and get revisions for that? How did you learn about it? Did you have a mentor too? Yes, I did. My cousins were my mentors. So you make your own product first or start with reselling? I start with my own brands. I don't believe in reselling. I think skincare is a tough market to get into. Is it your own skincare company or are you reselling somebody else's? Like if you're selling an established brand and you have exclusive rights, I think that's better. Starting my own skincare company, I wouldn't touch that with a 10-foot pole. Yes, our brand. Yeah, I mean, I think skincare, if you already have a brand, then that's cool. Also, this isn't for TikTok. YT, I love y'all. I'm going to end the live. Make sure to check out the AMZ Masterclass. Remember, we're doing a Black Friday discount for the next week or so. So go check that out. TikTok, I'm not going anywhere.